Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing a Todoroki X Listener Always and Forever. It's by Zombie Killer Kai. K-U, whatever. K-Y, not K-U. But anyway, let's get into it. You have always had your one friend in your land of horror. He was just always there for you when you moved from place to place. You were used to the move, the many different schools, the new gardening areas around the house. Your parents were villains on the run. You were ashamed, yes, of everything and anything in your life. You have always told yourself you were going to become a hero, someone who only villains fear when they hear your name. And that friend was the only person that believed in you no matter what. Even when he found out about your hell of a life, he didn't turn away like you thought he would. When you tell him and run away out of fear of losing the only person that keeps you sane enough to function? No. He stood by your side when even you needed him. He would be right there waiting. That's why you loved him dearly. He was your real family in your life. On the day of your parents finding out about how much you cared for him, they immediately started packing again. But not for another town, no. To the U.S., far away from him, is what they said to you. So you wouldn't become contaminated with good. You were only in elementary. You didn't understand why or how they could do that to you. You felt the only way to get away from it all was to run. You didn't want to leave the place. You wanted to stay, maybe even go to UA when you were older. Yet, as you were planning everything out, your parents were one step ahead of you every time you tried. The day of leaving was the worst. You were on the bus with him, usual seats right next to each other. You apologized to him with a soft grin, trying not to cry, but really all you wanted to do was sob into his chest. He looked at you confused. The boy with multicolored eyes asked what for non-stop as you chuckled. But you wouldn't answer. All you felt was a stabbing pain in your heart as you looked at him. You sighed and let a tear roll down your cheek, catching his attention as you looked away from him. Then he realized, as you had seen your house, your parents holding rope behind their backs, and the moving truck was right in the driveway. No, Wyatt, you can't leave. What are they going to do to you? No, you can't. You remembered his words clear as day, how he held your hand tight as the bus came closer. You muttered you tried to escape several times to him, yet it's like he couldn't listen to a word you were saying. I'm sorry, Shoto. Maybe we can see each other again, on the same side of the fight. Goodbye, my friend. You cried as you pulled away from his hand, ignoring him screaming your name as you walked off the bus. You felt your hands being tied behind your back as he pounded on the window crying as he watched your body be flung in a car with extreme force. And from that second, you knew you had to escape no matter how long it took. You would see him again. You ran with your bag in your hand. The fresh air of the city made you smile. You were finally home. After 7 years of being stuck in the U.S., you were finally home. At the age of 19 going on 20. You had turned your life around, running away only 3 years over there, you managed to work for pro heroes and turn yourself from a villain life to a hero one, like you had wanted. As you grabbed your bag from your feet, you had realized one thing that you needed to see. Him. Your mind has never left him since that day. Every day, you always thought of him. He was the reason why you kept going all of these years, specifically. You smiled and ran down the street trying to remember your way around, everywhere. But you had realized halfway through that you didn't know where he would be. He would stick out, yes, because of his hair and scar, but you had no clue where to search to begin with. It took hours of looking down streets and alleyways. It was already close to dinner time, and you realized you had no place really to stay at. You felt tears start to form in your eyes as you took a seat in the park and rested your head on your hands. Would he even know who I am? Or for goodness sake, he probably forgot already, you told yourself, not wishing for it to be true. As you sat with tears running down your cheeks, you felt someone tap your shoulder with a cold finger. You jumped at the sudden touch and activated your quirk, making smoke around you. You didn't even know who it was. You were just scared. As you opened your eyes, you seen a stranger looking at you with a hood on over his eyes and head. You backed up and started to apologize quickly, but as you took a step to walk off, you felt him grab your wrist. "Let go," you said, but he wouldn't listen to you. You quickly grabbed at his arm and flipped him on the ground. He groaned in discomfort and grabbed your ankle, freezing it in his grasp. It looked so familiar, the quirk. You turned into smoke and removed yourself from the ice and returned to the front of his head. "Fuck off, mystery guy. Just got back from the US, so don't ruin my night," you said with a stern voice. Finally walking off in the cold air. You couldn't stand how cold it got there. You could see your breath basically in the night air. "Just need to get a room at a motel, and I'll look in the morning. No big deal, right?" You talked to yourself as you walked, hearing footsteps follow you from behind. Who even was this guy? He seemed to be concerned when I was crying, but why didn't he say something? As you were in thought, you tripped on the sidewalk and fell on the concrete, scraping your knees pretty badly. The blood made you sick since that's all you saw all the time. You couldn't let that bother you now, though. It's in the past. You limped off towards the exit and made sure your knee was okay before you left, taking a seat on another bench to take another look. "Look, dude, I'm done with your games. I know you're still there. God, it's obvious for me, not the normal person." "And why is that?" "Why should I tell you, huh? You have no business to know about my life." You felt tears start to form in your eyes as you thought over everything. Then the figure sat down next to you. He was tall and slim. His voice was nice, so that was a plus too. As you looked at your scraped hands, you heard him sigh. The scratch was close to the scar you had gotten before you left the US from your dad. "Lion? Great, another possible villain knows me. God, I should have never came here. My life is well around ruined. Maybe I should just fucking end it all. You know, mystery man, I switchblade it in my bag if you would do me the honors." "What? No, why would I do that to you? Why would you think that?" "I got nothing. Just ran away from a horrible life after all this time. Have nowhere to go, and all villains know me because of my parents. I'm a pro hero, and that just looks bad. God, why am I even talking to you? I need to leave. I'm hungry and tired anyway." You stood up from your seat only to be grabbed again. He reached up and brought his hood down, revealing a split-colored hair and scar. Felt tears starting to form in your eyes again as you stared at him. He looked so grown up from the last time you saw him. "Shoto? I've been waiting so long to see you again. I thought you would never come back home." He engulfed you into a hug, letting you sob into his back quietly. "So you're right, huh?" he asked as he pulled back and cupped your cheek. "What?" "When you came back, we would be on the same side of things," he replied, and kissed your lips, full of passion and love. You kissed back and wrapped your legs around his waist, letting him hold you up some with his strong arms. "Let me take you home now. I'll make some dinner for us," he suggested as he started to walk off. "Yeah, together, like always and forever." And that's the end! So I hope you all enjoyed. I tried keeping a straight face for most of it, so yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Please, okay, so apparently some of you guys are listening to the videos while at school. Please don't get in trouble, at least. It's none of my business if you do it, just please don't get in trouble for it. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and I love you all.